Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for watching my video. This is the second in the series of beginner piano. So if you haven't watched the first video, make sure and go back and watch that one talking about the numbers and scales, because that's what we're going to build on for this lesson. So today we're going to talk about building chords using the scales and the numbers that I taught you guys. We're going to take, for example, our D scale. So we're going to start on D and do our scale that you guys learned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's our D scale. And now a chord is made up, technically it's any number of notes combined. So 2 notes together is a chord, but for our sake we're going to look at major chords and minor chords as they're most commonly referred to. Major chords are going to be your 1, your 3, and your 5. So we just did that scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We're going to use the 1, 3, and 5. If we wanted to make a major chord, that's what we would use there. So D, there's our 1, 2, 3, there's our 3, 4, 5, there's our 5. So 1, 3, 5. There's our D major chord is what that would be. Now if we were to make another chord, let's say we wanted to make a G chord, we're going to start at G, do our scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the 1, 3, and 5 all together, those are going to make your G chord. So there's our G chord. A, same thing. We do our scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously you don't have to go all the way up to 1. Once you do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you already have enough notes that you know what you're doing. 1, 3, and 5. That's your chord there. So that's how you make a major chord. Now I'll show you guys how would we make a minor chord. Minor chord is going to be super similar, built almost the exact same way. The only thing we do is we flat the third, which just means that we bring the third half step down. For example, D that we learned first, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5. There's our D major. If we wanted to make it minor, that third finger or the third note, we're going to bring down a half step. So you guys remember half steps from last time? That would be a minor. So major, minor brings the third a half step down. So if we were to do the same thing with our G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is our major, and to bring it a half step down, so this note goes down to this note, and we've got our minor chord. So that's a G minor. Same thing with A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. There's our A major, to make it a minor, bring that down. So that's basically the foundation of major and minor chords. Pretty simple overall to make chords. Make sure when you're starting out making your chords, always use your thumb, your middle finger, and your pinky finger for your chords. For my D, I have my thumb on D, my middle finger on F sharp, and my pinky on A. And that's how I'm making my D chord. For my G, I have G, B, and D. My thumb's on G, middle finger's on B, pinky's on D. So just make sure you're doing that. That'll help you later on if you're using the right fingers while you're practicing and while you're learning. That's basically it for this lesson. Chords aren't too difficult. It's mostly learning those numbers and then learning where the notes are. So obviously, if I told you to make a D chord and you don't know where a D is on the keyboard, that would be hard to find. So start learning what notes are which so that you can actually find what note to start on and move up to make your scale. And once you know your scales and the notes on the keyboard, it makes everything else that I'm going to teach you really simple and really easy. So make sure to keep practicing your scales, keep practicing those chords, and try to make every possible major chord and make all of those major chords minor chords too. So I'd start at C down here, make your C scale, and do your 1, 3, 5, do a C major chord, and then do the same thing with C sharp. Do your C major chord, and then do the same D, D sharp, E, F, and so on. I hope this helps you guys. In the next lesson, I'm going to talk through key signatures. So if we played in the key of D, what chords would we use? But for now, keep practicing those chords, keep practicing your scales. Awesome work. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.